In this video, I'm going to show you how to make 3 simple on-the-go breakfasts for those mornings when you don't have time to enjoy your breakfast while sitting in the comfort of your home. If you're ever in need of breakfast recipes to enjoy whilst on the go, then this video is for you. Now, the first recipe we'll be making is a yummy and highly nutritious chia seed cereal bowl. This one is packed loaded with lots of nutrients, and for this you'll be needing some apples, coconut chips, strawberries, grapes, honey, milk, and of course some chia seeds. As always, the full ingredient list will be on our website and you can find the link in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out there, okay? In a bowl, start by adding the chia seeds. I usually use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds per serving, and afterwards pour in the milk. I'm using a plant-based coconut milk, but you can use any milk of your choice. Afterwards, drizzle in some honey. This will serve as the sweetener, but again, you can use any sweetener of your choice as well. Mix everything together until it is nice and combined. Now you need to mix the chia seeds severely so that everything is well mixed and nothing is floating to the top. If you don't mix it well after leaving it in the fridge to soak up the milk, the ones that are floated to the top will still be very hard, and you do not want that. And that's why it's important that you mix this severally. So what I usually like to do is I mix this together for about 10 seconds. I stop for about another 5 seconds. Then I continue mixing again. I stop again, and then I mix again. By the time you're mixing this the 3rd time, everything should be well incorporated and nothing is floating to the top or the bottom. Okay, so it's important that you mix your chia seeds thoroughly. Now afterwards, what you do is just cover this up and place it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. What happens is that the chia seed soaks up all of that milk and becomes very soft and pudding-like, and that's the best way to enjoy your chia seeds. Now the chia seed pudding is enjoyable just as is, but to take it up a notch, I always advise that you add some colorful fruits. Now I'm using some strawberries, grapes, and apples, but you can use any fruit of your choice. Just cut them up into tiny bite-sized pieces, just like I'm doing. And when the fruits are all cut up, just grab your breakfast bowl or your lunch box and pour in the chia seed pudding and then top with all of the fruits. I'm also adding some coconut chips for some extra crunch as well. But of course, that is totally optional. And look at that, family. Now this is a breakfast that you can actually have in the car when you're being driven to work, or even it's a quick breakfast that doesn't really require a lot of fuss. It's very easy to digest, and this breakfast will keep you full because it's packed loaded with lots and lots of fiber. So that's the first breakfast all done. Let's move on to the second one. Before we go into the next recipe, I want to take some time to let you know that registration for the September edition of our 7-day monthly detox cleanse is now open. When you register, you get exclusive access to a 7-day healthy meal plan that has breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack recipes. And you also get the calorie counts for each of the recipes. Each recipe is very easy to create, and the ingredients used are affordable and easy to source as well. You would also have access to our follow-along exercise videos, a full detox and exercise guide, a comprehensive shopping list so that you know exactly what you'd be needing and what to buy. We'd also be sharing a full guide to journaling and meditation, and you'll be a part of our exclusive members only chat group. Now this detox cleanse is fully loaded, and if you're looking to lose some weight or maintain a healthy weight, or just ensure that you're loading up your body with the right kind of foods, then you definitely need to be a part of this September edition and of course subsequent editions. So just click the link in the description box down below to register, or send us an email to detoxwithwinnie@gmail.com to signify interest, and we'll send you the full details on how to register. All right, let's get right back into the video. The second breakfast recipe is my all-time favorite cinnamon French toast. Now this one is another beautiful way to enjoy your bread, and is also one of the perfect breakfast recipes to enjoy on the go. Now for this, you'll be needing some milk, honey, eggs, vanilla essence, cinnamon powder, butter, salt, strawberries, sugar, apples, grapes, and a loaf of bread. I usually like to use the loaf of bread that's not been cut up yet. Now I'll start by cutting up the bread loaf into very thick slices, and you can use a serrated knife to make this a lot easy. Now cut out as many slices as the bread loaf can take. Now ensure that you're making the slices very thick because you're going to dunk these bread slices in an egg and milk mixture, and you do not want it to be overly soggy just by dunking it at once. So ensure that your bread slices are very thick. Now once you're done cutting up your bread slices, just set it off to the side. Then bring in a mixing bowl and crack open the eggs. Add the vanilla essence followed by some milk, some honey, cinnamon powder, and a sprinkle of salt to taste. Now using a hand whisk, just whisk everything together until it is well and nicely combined. Now once you're done mixing, transfer the mixture into a large baking dish, just flat, and can take as many bread loaves as possible. You can also do this in a small one and just do it one after the other, but I like to do this in batches, okay? Next, grab the bread slices and place them in the egg and milk mixture. Allow it to sit for about 20 seconds on one side before flipping to the other side and allowing it to sit for another 20 seconds. Now what this does is, as it sits in the mixture, it soaks up all of that goodness and goes right into the bread and makes the bread very rich and yummy after toasting. And now you see the reason why I advise that you do not cut your bread into thin slices, because you might soak up too much of the mixture and end up with very soggy bread, and you do not want that, okay? Now after you're done soaking up the bread in the egg and milk mixture, move over to the stovetop and then heat up some butter in a frying pan. Next, just grab the bread slices and place them in the pan. Allow to toast on one side for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until it is nicely brown and the aroma has filled up your entire kitchen. Then flip over to the other side and allow to brown as well for another 2 to 3 minutes. I promise you guys, this is one recipe that you definitely would want to make for breakfast. Kids love it, adults love it, and everyone loves it, okay? Now once both sides are brown, take out the bread slices from the pan and set it off to the side. Look at how yummy and beautiful looking these bread slices are, like, and then the kitchen smells so heavenly. Anyways, we aren't done yet. If you want to take this up a notch, you can pour in some sugar and cinnamon powder in a mixing bowl and mix everything together, and then thoroughly coat the bread slices with the cinnamon and sugar mixture. Now that's if you want to, but I prefer it without coating in some sugar and cinnamon powder, okay? So to assemble this up in my lunchbox, what I do is I just cut up the bread slices into smaller bite-sized pieces that will be easier for me to enjoy on the go. And then I also add some strawberries and grapes and some apples. You can use any fruit of your choice. It's just to enjoy as a side dish. And then I'm also serving this with some maple syrup as well. But if you don't have maple syrup, you can enjoy it with some honey. Whatever you do, just ensure that you enjoy this breakfast on the go. It's perfect as an on-the-go breakfast. It's perfect to eat in, it's perfect to eat out. Whatever you do, just ensure that you enjoy it, okay? Before we continue with the video, we have some products and services on our website that you may be interested in. The first one being my new cookbook, Winnie's Sizzling Selections, which has over 100 recipes that you can choose from. It's the only cookbook that you'll literally be needing this year. So hurry now to the website and order a copy for yourself. We also have our meal plan collection that has different meal plans, like the low carb meal plan, the weight loss meal plan, the weight gain meal plan, the detox meal plan, and the plant-based meal plan as well. And then we also have our aprons and our smoothie ebook, which has over 30 smoothie recipes, and our healthy snack ebook as well, which has over 25 healthy snack recipes. We have a range of products, and you definitely want to check out the products on our website. And guess what, family? We're currently running a discount on all the products on the website, so now would be a good time to go and order a thing, a two, or three. Alright, let's go back into the video. The third recipe is a simple egg and mayonnaise sandwich. Now this one is actually one of my all-time favorite recipes to enjoy. For this one, you'll be needing some eggs, some mayonnaise, seasoning powder, milk, salt, some or pure vegetable oil, shredded chicken, all-purpose seasoning, and some bread slices as well. Now in a bowl, crack open the eggs and add some seasoning powder and a sprinkle of salt to taste. I'm also adding a little tiny drizzle of milk just so that I can make the scrambled eggs a lot more fluffy and very creamy. Using a fork, just mix everything together until it is properly whisked and well combined. Move over to the stove top and then pour some of the or pure vegetable oil in a pan and allow it to heat up slightly. Then pour in the egg mixture and allow it to set on all sides before scrambling. Don't overly scramble this, you just want to break it into tiny pieces because you want the eggs to be very bulky when you put them on the bread. Okay, now when the eggs are perfectly done, take the pan off the heat and set it off to the side. Now in a bowl, add the shredded chicken and the mayonnaise and a little tiny bit of milk just to loosen up the mayonnaise mixture, and then mix everything together to combine. I also season this slightly with some salt and some all-purpose seasoning as well. Mix again until everything is well and nicely combined. To assemble the sandwich, generously coat the bread slices with some butter and then coat the sandwich maker with a cooking spray, or you can use some oil and just coat it on with a brush. Afterwards, place the bread slice on the sandwich maker, butter side facing down. Top the bread slice with the scrambled eggs and then some of that shredded chicken. Be very generous with your filling, okay? Ensure that you spread it over the bread slice very evenly. Afterwards, cover up the filling with another bread slice, ensuring that this time the butter side is facing up. Cover up the sandwich maker and then allow it to do its magic. It will take about 4 to 5 minutes depending on your sandwich maker. Once the bread is nice and toasted, open it up and look at that goodness, fam. Like, oof. This is certainly a breakfast worth enjoying. Anyways, once your bread is nice and toasted, take it out of the sandwich maker. I usually also like to cut this into tiny bite-sized pieces to make it easier for me to enjoy while I'm on the go. Okay, and I'll serve this up in my lunchbox along with some honey and some fruits as well. You can use whatever fruits that you like to enjoy this. And that's it for my third on-the-go breakfast recipe idea, and I hope that these recipe ideas will give you all of the inspiration that you need to create more on-the-go recipes for those days when you're very busy and don't have time to actually sit down in the house to enjoy a meal. Alright family, my job here is done. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share with your family and friends so that they too can learn something new as well. I'll see you next time in another video. Until then, take care.